and gluten-free, can be made into smoothies, breads, muffins, pancakes, cookies, you name it. The entire planet should make this a staple food in their diet. The seeds will scrape the colon wall. The powder will feed the body vital minerals. And the oil will clean the arterial walls and feed the brain. Try our powder, seeds, and oil today. Call 908-691-2608 or go to hempusa.org. That's 908-691-2608 at hempusa.org. Remember, vacuum packaging this food will have at least a 5-year shelf life stored in a cool, dark, dry place. Holidays are coming, and this would make a perfect gift for friends and family. Call today, 908-691-2608 at hempusa.org. And remember, let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food.
Donovan?
Yeah.
Who do I...
And feed the brain. Try our powder, seeds, and oil today. Call 908-691-2608 or go to hempusa.org. That's 908-691-2608 at hempusa.org. Remember, vacuum packaging this food will have at least a 5-year shelf life stored in a cool, dark, dry place. Holidays are coming, and this would make a perfect gift for friends and family. Call today, 908-691-2608 at hempusa.org. And remember, let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food.
Now, from the makers of Loose Change, the most downloaded film in internet history, comes the long-awaited release of Loose Change Final Cut, an entirely new 2-hour film that completely destroys the official fable forever. Loose Change Final Cut hopes to be a catalyst for a new independent investigation in which family members receive answers to their questions and the true perpetrators of this horrendous crime are brought to justice. Loose Change Final Cut is the ultimate 9/11 expose, from hijackers being trained at U.S. military bases to bombs in the buildings. Loose Change Final Cut is the one 9/11 film everyone must see. Secure your copy of Loose Change Final Cut today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com. While you're visiting the online video store, be sure to check out the huge discounts on films like Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, America, Freedom to Fascism, and hundreds of other titles. We're in a no-holds-bar information war. Truth is our weapon, and PrisonPlanet.com has the tools you need to take the fight back to Big Brother.
Once, America was led by real politicians. Now politicians in the U.S., city, county, state, and federal are owned and controlled by corporations. We have corporate representatives instead of politicians. Criminal corporate manipulation has caused grain prices to soar to the highest levels in history. Shortages of rice, corn, and wheat now exist in most countries. Natural disasters have put millions worldwide at risk of starvation. Food riots and breadlines occur daily in 30 nations, and not only is that list growing, but it's headed this way. Survival Enterprises are master distributors of the highest quality long-term storage foods. Mountain House freeze-dried foods, canned beef, chicken, turkey, butter, bacon, spices, cheese, fruit, and more. We have tons of food in stock now. Call 1-800-753-1981. That's 1-800-753-1981. Or go to beforeitstoolate.us. That's beforeitstoolate.us, where you'll find what you...
Remember, the New World Order staged the September 11th attacks. The first World Trade Center attacks in 93 as well, the Oklahoma City bombing. And there's countless others, like Gulf of Tonkin, USS Liberty, Operation Gladio, where they admit what they've done. Hitler brought in his tyranny by burning down his own Capitol building. I believe they've done something similar here in Austin, Texas. Just a heads up to everybody. I'm going down there 15, 20 minutes after the show ends, so at about 3:30 Central. I'm going to be down at the governor's mansion trying to survey things. They try to tell me I can't have cameras and be getting video of it. I bet they're already trying to cover it up, so we can't see evidence of what they've done. 95% chance they've done it. I mean, out of that 95% chance, I would say an 80% chance out of that it was arson by the government, by a criminal element. That maybe there's a 15% chance that it was something in the construction that caused it, and they're just hyping it, saying it's terrorism, saying it's arson. But the DPS had come out saying that they were going to switch over to mainly, quote, fighting terror, the imaginary boogeyman that is suppressing the public. When you hear that means the terrorists running your life, turning the state police into total thug goons, as they've already been converting. They used to be a lot nicer. Now they're really getting bad. It's really a shame to see this happen. The government's training your kids to be tattletales on you. They're sucking blood from you at checkpoints. You see, they're not going to stop, folks. They're not going to stop with 9/11. They're going to keep going. They're not done. They're not going to give up. They're not going to give in. This is life and death, and I realize that. I mean, I am totally into this fight. We don't have a choice. None of us have a choice. We can't just sit here and let them carry out eugenics and rationing and microchipping. against us. Alan, how do you see them? We're going to go to calls from Australia to Colorado, California, North Carolina. But how do you see them trying to get the public ready for the chips? I mean, I know they've made the military do it now, most of them. That's now admitted. The unbelievable has now happened. I guess to have a job, you're going to have one, to be a trusted traveler. You're going to have one. That's what Bilderberg was saying. You know, you're going to get special perks if you take it. I mean, I guess I'm answering my own question, but anything else you want to add?
Yes, to also hype it up. There was also an article put out a little while back there from the major drug companies to do with chips will save us all in times of pandemic. And because you're able to scan you, and that chip will tell them if you have a fever and possibly are carrying a plague. So they've got a whole bunch of scenarios they can use to make us take this thing or try and convince the public. And as you say, you'll get little perks if you go along with them. And no doubt, too, you'll be shunned by society if you don't go along with them. We find the drug companies are already putting ads out there to get, for instance, the flu shot. And if you don't take your flu shot, the ad stops and it says you could put the rest of the community at risk. This is the creation of what they call social acceptance and non-acceptance. They copied this system from China to do with abortion, where they get society to turn against you because you're the odd one out. You're a threat to them. And so they're using the same technique.
Peer pressure.
Yes. And
let me just add a point here. We've got a story up on Infowars.com named Bilderberg Goon with a Gun. And people are saying, why is it a still shot from a YouTube video? Why don't you show the actual video? Well, let me explain something. We've got about 60 hours of footage that 4 of us shot while we were there. There were hundreds of other people there. I got in at 12:30 last night. My plane was delayed for an hour and a half. This is not our footage. We got the same footage. I saw them with the guns. We haven't even had time to dump our footage to computer or put it up. This is other people that were there putting up YouTube videos of what I saw and reported to you days ago, them flashing the MP5s at us. So they're in the comment section saying, it's blurred. You can't tell it's a gun. It's not a gun. It's a seatbelt. No, they had guns. They had them out. They were aiming them at us. We have clear video of it. We're not a million people. We actually have to do this work. Like, I'm going to have to get in the car and drive down there to investigate the governor's mansion, even though I haven't seen my children, because I just got home last night. Saw them briefly this morning in 5-6 days. I'm not whining. It's just I'm not Superman. I'm not Superman. And this morning, I saw that somebody put up the video of the guns I saw. So I told Kurt, I said, get a screenshot of this. He did the best job they did. If you don't like the fact that it's not that clear, you need to have been out there and get video of it. It's just, and I'm not complaining. It's that they've trained the public, even our own people, to never do anything themselves, but then nitpick and demand everything else out of us, Alan.